Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria, where we report on what's happening across the country. I'm Olumide Macaulay. On the program today, Federal Executive Council approves over ₦1 billion to complete Kaduna Airport terminal building and over ₦4 billion for the purchase of firefighting equipment across the country. INEC insists any member of staff indicted in EFCC investigations over alleged bribery by politicians will face criminal prosecution. And Northern governors begin advocacy visits to states affected by farmer-herdsmen clashes across the country. We begin in the northeastern parts of Nigeria. Officers of the 28th Task Force Brigade in Adamawa State today foiled an attempted suicide in Bakindutse village, Madagali local government area. According to the Army Public Relations Officer of the task force, Major Kintoye Badare, soldiers who were patrolling the area cited 3 suspicious females trying to gain access into a village. He says all 3 were killed by the soldiers at about 6:15 a.m. Major Badare gave an assurance that everything is under control and commercial activities in the village have not been disrupted. To the north central region now, it's no longer news that the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, will be officially closed for 6 weeks to enable repair work on the runway. However, what's new is the federal government's plan to inject ₦1 billion into the completion of the Kaduna Airport terminal, which is to serve as an alternative while the Abuja airport is closed. Aviation Minister Senator Hadi Sirika disclosed this to State House correspondents after the council meeting today. The Federal Executive Council has also approved over ₦4 billion for the purchase of firefighting equipment to enable firemen across the country perform their duties. In the meantime, the Minister of State for Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, says the ongoing Nasarawa State Airport project will serve as a catalyst for development of the economy. Minister Sirika recently, at a meeting with the Governor of Nasarawa State, Tanko Amakura, says the federal government has plans to support the project as aviation is a reliable source of generating revenue for the nation. Governor Al-Makura says the state has procured 1,000 hectares of land for the project and that the Lafia Airport, when complete, will be the best alternative to the Federal Capital Territory for aviation activities.
Nasarawa, by its geology and geography, it's at the center of the country with a flat land that encourages aviation activity and also encourages agricultural activity. This vision can only be right. This, of course, will support the activity of aviation, and our primary purpose as aviation ministry is to develop aviation businesses wherever they are so that our people are employed and service is provided. So we thank His Excellency now and want to assure you of 100% support of this laudable project from the ministry.
The Lafia Airport will not only be an export airport, it will also add value to the air transportation within the Federal Capital Territory. I've always seen Nasarawa as the alternative airport to the Federal Capital once this is completed. With the program we have at hand, we intend that by the grace of God, before the end of this year, we would have had a regular airport with about 2.1 runway kilometers, and subsequently, as the years roll by, other inputs that will give it the necessary outfit to embark as export airport will be continued.
Mr. Tanko Amakura, Governor, Nasarawa State. The Independent National Electoral Commission says its studying an investigative report submitted to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over allegations that some INEC staff received money from politicians to influence elections. The Commission's Director of Voter Education and Publicity, Wale Osaze-Ozi, told Channels Television that members of staff that are indicted may face criminal prosecution. He also made it clear that the Commission welcomes the opportunity to show that it will not tolerate wrongdoing on the part of its officials.
You're aware the EFCC has been conducting investigations into the alleged complicity of some INEC staff in issues of collecting sums of money allegedly from politicians, And they had written over the last few months requesting to interview some of these named staff, and that the Commission has considered to releasing the staff to the EFCC. But they've availed us of a report, and that report has been studied to see whether any staff have been indicted, and all those staff who have been indicted, I guess some may face criminal prosecution, while others may not necessarily face criminal prosecution, but there might be certain administrative lapses that may not amount to a crime. And if that is the case, then when we study that report, then we'll know how to do whether they should face disciplinary action, and all those who are found culpable administratively will now face disciplinary action. So this is a golden opportunity. There's quite a large number of people allegedly involved. It's an opportunity to send a signal to staff and to the public that, look, this commission will not brook any wrongdoing in the conduct of their public activities and affairs. So it's been dealt with dispatch. I know that it's been looked into. I think a committee was set up, some people, relevant departments, and some commission was set up to quickly promptly look at it and deal with the issues.
To the civil service reform in Kwara State, the state government says it has put in measures to ensure that corruption does not thrive during the current administration, especially among civil servants. It's against this backdrop that the state government's Independent Corrupt Practices Agency put together a seminar to educate civil servants across the state. The head of service, Hajia Zara Omar, explains that the distribution of projects, appointments, and other dividends of democracy amongst the people have been based on equity and merit, while the service had become more efficient in service delivery.
Before they knew it, the whole city...
Organized by the Kwara State government in partnership with the non-governmental organization Passion for Peace Initiatives, this platform brings civil servants together to educate them on the dangers inherent in being corrupt. The state government, amongst other things, had established a state internal revenue service to block all leakages in the revenue collection system and increase the state's internally generated revenue, and also instituted merit-based recruitment and promotion procedures to ensure the integrity of its civil service. But the head of the service, Hajia Zara Omar, says some workers still exhibit other forms of corruption.
If you are supposed to work for 8 hours a day, between the hours of 8 o'clock in the morning and 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and you are reporting to work at 9 or 9:30, you are cheating on government, and that is corruption.
She insists that the distribution of projects, appointments, and other dividends of democracy among the people of the state has been based on equity and merit, while the civil service had become more efficient in service delivery.
Or on ethical conduct.
The guest speaker, Mr. Tunjo Yedepo, underlines the importance of adhering to the rule of law in curbing corruption. He also advocates cutting the cost of running government.
Some corruption look petty and often regarded as exercise of discretion by a public officer. But if care is not taken, and often care is not taken, and checks are not put in place, such as discipline, such become the order of the day in public procurements in Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the state government believes its regular publication of the state's FEC allocation receipts and town hall meetings get feedback from the public on government policies and decisions underlines its transparency and accountability in governance and wants civil servants to play their own part. You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, an entrepreneurship scheme for women and youth begins in Kogi State. Please stay with us.